What's poppin' boxing fans? It's your boy Pool Kind of Boxing coming back at you with another video for the boxing heads and the boxing minds. Well, look like Errol Spence Jr. is going shopping. Yeah, look like he's going shopping and look like somebody done walked over your grave, Terence Crawford. Look like somebody done walked over your grave. You ain't no Daisy. So make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to my channel for more hardcore boxing content. So, Errol Spence Jr. came out on his social media on Instagram with a shopping list. You know what I'm saying? Look like he's in a store somewhere shopping. And what is he shopping for? He's shopping for them belts. He's shopping to become undisputed champion of the world. If you look here on the picture, he's got Kell Brook, Sean Porter, Udanis Ugas, and it's only one more left. You already know who that is. It's that outlaw Terence Crawford. So Kell Brook, that was the IBF, of course. And Kell Brook, what I'm saying, was a tough out at the time. He wasn't the broke down Kell Brook that Terence Crawford beat. See, we got to keep it real as boxing fans. We got to keep it real, right? When Errol fought Kell Brook, he was a champion, right? He only had one defeat, and that was by Triple G, and he was up at 160, a middleweight, right? So he did all that just to avoid Terence Crawford. I mean, to avoid Errol Spence Jr. He did not want to face Errol Spence Jr. So this was a tactic, y'all. You know what I'm saying? It was a tactic to go up to a heavier weight so it looked like, you know what I'm saying? If he was to win, then he looked great. He would have never came back down to 147 to protect his IBF title. He would have stayed up there. You know what I'm saying? But he lost. So he had no choice but to come back and face the music with an up and coming, spectacular Errol Spence Jr., who was decimating the division, right? So, he faced Errol Spence Jr. He tried to intimidate him with the big stage lights and, putting on a big show, trying to act all arrogant and, stuff like that, trying to say Errol Spence Jr., was nobody and throwing brownies and shit at him. But Errol Spence Jr., he just kept it cool. He kept it cool. He even faced Kell Brook down. You know what I'm saying? This was his first championship title. And it was in Kell Brook's backyard. People don't understand how big Kell Brook was back then. Nobody wanted to fight him. But Errol Spence Jr. was like, you know what I'm saying? That ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming at you, and hell's coming with me. And that's what he did. He went over there, and he beat Kell Brook. He broke Kell Brook. He didn't just beat him, he broke him. Because Kell Brook had never, ever been handled like that. And if you go back, I watched that fight to this day. I probably watched it 1,000 times. Because that kid, what he was able to do to keep his composure with a whole stadium of people who was against him. And that's where his Olympian pedigree comes into play. Because when you go all over the world and fight, you're fighting in unfriendly, audiences and stuff like that, So he got the experience to be able to stand tall in another country against their champion, who was Kell Brook. And he broke him down and got the TKO because Brook eye has never been the same. You know what I'm saying? Triple G got one eye and Errol Spence Jr. got the other. They're starting to call Errol Spence Jr. the eye collector. It's starting to catch on. Not the big fish, not the true, but the eye collector, right? Because he fractured Uga's eye. They probably going to call him the rib breaker here soon. Because you know what I'm saying, if he get in there with Terence Crawford and break his ribs, you know what I'm saying, that's gonna be 2 for 2. So next on the list, you got Sean Showtime Porter, right? So Sean, you know, he didn't really want to fight Errol Spence Jr. You know what I'm saying? You know, he took that Ugas fight, which everybody thought he lost. You know what I'm saying? But he had this boys club mentality. At the time, it was Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia, and Sean Porter, and they didn't want to fight nobody but themselves. Hell, Sean Porter didn't even go back for his IBF title after Kell Brook beat him. You know what I'm saying? Errol Spence Jr. had to bring it back to America. He had to bring it back to America. You know what I'm saying? It took him to bring the belt back to America to make us elite again. You know what I'm saying? Sean Porter was just gonna just leave it like that. He didn't even want the rematch, right? So he got the WBC from Danny Garcia. He beat Danny Garcia, just edged it out, right? And he wanted to hold on to that belt. He wanted to hold on to the fame. He was walking and talking like a champion. And then Errol Spence Jr. came a knocking. Let's unify. But Sean Porter wanted to make sure he had a little win in between. He didn't want to go straight to Errol Spence Jr. So, after he really lost the Ugas fight, he trained and trained and trained. He trained like a little Vegeta. You know what I'm saying? From Dragon Ball Z. He trained like that. Every time you saw him, he was doing like little, saying little football moves and little twirly twirls, and you know what I'm saying. He was doing something hard, boy. He was looking like Clubber Lang. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't want to get embarrassed. Meanwhile, Errol Spence Jr., you know what I'm saying? He just doing his regular, training. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't doing the Blu-ray thing. You know what I'm saying? He was still having fat camps, and so they faced each other. And Sean Porter had a lot of success at his peak, at his very best. But Earl Spence Jr. wasn't his best. You know what I'm saying? He had a fat camp just to cut down. That's how little he thought of Sean Porter. So they had a close fight. And he wanted to fight Sean Porter, you know, and beat him at his own game. So it became a close fight, right? So, Sean Porter got a sense that he's Errol Spence Jr. equal. He's got a false sense. And since that fight, it's been a lot of animosity between these two. And Sean Porter, he tries to play it off, but the hate comes out. And he did an interview with Brian Custard to where he's always putting Terence Crawford above Errol Spence Jr., even though Errol Spence Jr. has grabbed 3 belts from 3 of the top welterweights at 147. Now you make that make sense. Who has Terence Crawford beat to get that kind of notoriety? Sean Porter ain't that high on the list. Sean Porter didn't train for Terence Crawford the way he trained for Errol Spence Jr. You can tell he wanted to really win that fight because he was fighting like his life was on the line. Oh yeah, you can tell. Come on now. There's a lot of y'all that live in fantasy land, but you seen how he trained for Errol Spence Jr. and he barely trained for Terence Crawford. And he was patting Terence Crawford on the back. He was walking all slow. He was on demon time with Errol Spence Jr. He was walking all slow, had an attitude. You know what I'm saying? He was trying. He had a whole different swag when he fought Errol Spence Jr. But boy, when he fought Terence Crawford, he was in there. He just wanted to get to his podcast. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to talk about it. He couldn't wait. He had dreams of having Terence Crawford on his podcast when he was fighting him. Now, if you deny that fact, you know what I'm saying, you are delusional because his daddy threw in the towel. When have you ever seen Kenny Porter, about to throw the towel in on Sean Porter? Now, some would say that's due to what the greatness of Terence Crawford. Well, Terence Crawford is fighting these guys after their competitive juices have waned, right? He should have fought them way back. You know what I'm saying? When he first came to the division, before he re-signed with Top Rank, and that was his mistake, was taking the Top Rank money and not making the deal with PBC so he could fight these guys back in 2016, 2018, I meant to say. That's when he re-signed with Top Rank, and he could have had all these fights. And what did Bud Crawford fans say? There's no guarantees he would have got the fight. See, it's that kind of stupidity that we can't have in boxing because there's nothing but welterweights for him to fight over there. It's nothing but the top guys. And Terence Crawford is considered a top elite welterweight. So who else he was going to fight besides Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia, Sean Porter, and Errol Spence Jr.? See, you guys, you know what I'm saying, long as Crawford don't have to prove nothing, you can make these statements, these weird, stupid statements and this faulty logic, right? You can make these statements, but now, Errol Spence Jr. is about to go shopping for the last belt. You know what I'm saying? Now you're scrambling for more stupid stuff to say, you know, more propaganda you're trying to make up, and it don't make no sense. It don't make no sense for men, grown men, to get out here and hate on this man who has done nothing but try to fight the best in boxing. That's what boxing is all about for boxing fans, right? To fight the best. That's what you should be hoping for. But what you're hoping for is Errol Spence Jr. to lose because he's a star in boxing, right? That's the only thing that you hate. It's not even the fact that he's on Terence Crawford helmet that you're mad. You're mad because the man blew up and the man is a megastar and you don't want to admit it. You try to tear him down every chance you get because the man simply has the it factor. Some people have the it factor. Crawford had the it factor, but he fucked up and he went over the Top Rank and he went and danced with Bob Arum's wife. That's what he did. He's dancing in the street with Bob Arum's wife. He's over there with the white folks getting down and making money. So that's what he did. Errol Spence Jr. did not duck him. As a matter of fact, we saw when Errol Spence Jr. went to the Maurice Hooker fight and faced Terence Crawford, knowing that's Terence Crawford territory. Now, somebody tell me if I'm wrong. When has Terence Crawford ever come down to Dallas and messed around with Errol Spence Jr. crew or anything like that? He went to the Danny Garcia fight, but he ran up out of there because Texas was about to tear his ass up, him and his boys. I know y'all remember that. You know what I'm saying? He came in there, you know what I'm saying, with the the little peanut man suit on. You know what I'm saying? And his boys got out of pocket and he didn't realize that these people in Texas here are crazy as hell. They will jump in your ass, and he had to go back to Nebraska, right? So when has Terence Crawford ever came solo, you know what I'm saying, just to check out Errol Spence Jr. at his gym and say, what's up? What's popping? What's happening? When we gonna get this fight going? No, he stays in his own little realm, right? He don't go out his way because he think he is the megastar. He think everybody should bow down to him. Now that's kind of cool if he was pushing for this fight like Errol Spence Jr. is pushing. And Errol Spence Jr. went on to get the third belt after he beat Sean Porter. He went to fight Udanis Ugas. Now the reason he fought Udanis Ugas because it was all easy to make. He didn't have to go through all these negotiations and all these headaches that he had to go through Bob Arum to try to get the fight. And as a matter of fact, when he was at the Maurice Hooker fight, he told Bob to his face, "You are smoke and mirrors. You are smoke and mirrors." Because he know Bob speaks with a forked tongue, like Bud Crawford fans. They omit the truth. They only tell you the part that sounds good for Bud Crawford. While EJ is just straight up because he knew what it took to get the fight. He just didn't want to pay it. He didn't want to pay none of the PBC. Bob Arum, when he had all the welterweights back in the 90s, you know what I'm saying? He did not. He every fight was in house. He don't play nice with other promoters. And even though they made the heavyweight fight, that was the only business. Look at Tim Bradley. Tim Bradley. They didn't do any business with the PBC. That's when Errol Spence Jr. was on his ass when they ordered when the WBO ordered them to fight. Tim Bradley decided to retire, right? Because he didn't want to face Errol Spence Jr. That's why he hated them for so long. So there's a lot of cap going on in boxing, and it's unnecessary. It's unnecessary. You know what I'm saying? Because we follow the sport every day, all us hardcore fans. So we know the truth, but they know casuals fans don't know the truth. And they want to troll. And I don't understand it. Because Errol Spence Jr. from this list, he went after all the top welterweights. Did Terence Crawford go after all the top welterweights? Well, let's just look at his resume at 147. So he wanted Errol Spence Jr. He's been calling Errol Spence Jr. who's been in two who's been in a car wreck, who was out for 14 months, then he was out for another 60 months with the eye retina. How the hell could he be ducking you? See, it's this kind of foolishness, that is just ridiculous coming from grown men. And Terence Crawford didn't even want Errol Spence Jr. when he came to the league. He didn't want to give him the honor of attention. You know what I'm saying? Because he thought Keith Thurman was the man. He thought Danny Garcia was the man because he had history with Danny Garcia. Hell, Ugas beat him twice. You know what I'm saying? In the amateurs. So, and he had an opportunity to fight Udanis Ugas, who would have been a cheap fight. Bob Arum would have gladly paid for Ugas, and Bob Arum even said that Terence Crawford don't want to sign the contracts. So when are we going to believe what Bob Arum is saying? Okay, we can't believe what Bob Arum is saying, who put Terence Crawford on, or are we going to listen to some fanboys who just hate Terence, who hate Errol Spence Jr.? Is that what we're going to do? We're going to take some fans who's spending 50% of their day making up, lies on Errol Spence Jr. Who's told you straight up what he was going to do? Kell Brook, Sean Porter, Udanis Ugas now winning the fight, and Ugas guaranteed that he was going to win. He guaranteed that he was going to beat EJ. Yeah, said his eye wouldn't hold up Oh, that was real funny right there. Yeah, his eye wasn't gonna hold up. Went into the fight and got Palumaloon. Got Palumaloon. Oh, I ain't gonna say now. He went in there. He got some jabs in. You know what I'm saying? When the ref said stop, he took advantage of it and hit Errol Spence Jr. with a flush shot. Flush, wait, two or three shots. Pow, pow, boom. Errol Spence Jr. fell back on the ropes. He was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Fell back, but then he got right back on shaky legs and recovered and commenced to whipping Udanis Ugas up. Stop beating on him. You know what I'm saying? And I think it was the left uppercut from that flurry that really ended the fight for Ugas. Broke his orbital bone in like two or three places, multiple places. I don't know exactly how many, but multiple places, right? Uppercut to the face through the guard, accuracy, power, right? So he don't get no credit for that. You know what I'm saying? After getting rocked and then dominating the rest of the fight, the body shots were tremendous. You know what I'm saying? I go back and watch how he broke Udanis Ugas ribs. He's breaking bones, y'all. He's breaking bones. What Terence Crawford doing? On vacation, fishing. You know what I'm saying? He don't want to fight no more. He's semi-retired his damn self. You know, promoting other fighters, which is not bad. But you still got work. You still got work to finish over here. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people believe that Terence Crawford is not going to sign the contract. I hope y'all know this, y'all Bud Crawford fans. He has not said anything except for keep the belts warm. Keep them belts warm. Well, why not promote the fight? Why not? You've been waiting. If I've been waiting for somebody for 5 years, and I've been calling them out for 5 years, man, I'll be over to their house. You know what I'm saying? Waiting with a pen to sign the contract. I'll be telling everybody. I'll be on ESPN every day. Errol Spence Jr. Where the contract at? If that was true, but see, it's so much cap and it's so much fake news over there. You know what I'm saying? That's all they got because he only got one belt. You know, Terence Crawford, he entered boxing in 2008. It is now 2022. Okay, yeah, he became undisputed at 140. But close your eyes and think about the fights that he won at 140. And we're hardcore boxing fans. Look at where those guys are today that he beat, right? You can always tell how good a fighter is by what they go on to do in boxing, right? What did those guys go on to do? Nothing. I can't even remember their names. So let's keep it real, right? We got to keep it a buck, man. He didn't beat nobody at 140 to become undisputed. It's like Canelo when he became undisputed at 168. He took out all the toughness and just fought the easy. You know what I'm saying? To become undisputed. Then he hauled ass, right? So miss me with the undisputed bullshit. You know, right now 140 is full of sharks and killers. You know what I'm saying? I believe he would beat those guys down. Now, don't get me wrong, but he didn't go through them. He didn't go through the Regis Prograde or Josh Taylor's or Montana Loves or you know what I'm saying, or Teofimo Lopez, who's now there. But I believe he would have beat him, but he didn't go through nobody like that. He went through B level dudes who was belt holders, right? Jeff Horn at 147, he was a belt holder, y'all. I'm sorry. I know I'm seem like I'm hating on Bud, but these are facts, right? These are facts. Jeff Horn was nobody, right, to beat. And plus, he had the option to get in any sanctioning body to fight any champion. And Bomac said himself that they did not choose Errol Spence Jr. when they could have. So they need to stop the cap, bro. I know you're trying to, what I'm saying, cape for your boy Bud. I know you're trying to cape for him, but you need to stick with the facts, bro. Because we all hardcore boxing fans here. We follow this, bro. You can't pass none of this stuff off on us, bro. You can fool casual fans, but us who be on this stuff day to day, it ain't gonna work. Like Stephen A. said, that's not how this works. That's not how this works, bro. So I'm gonna need Terence Crawford to come out and I need him to go to the PBC and I'm gonna need him to bring his pen, one of them Dollar Tree pens from his stores, and bring him, what I'm saying, a couple of packs of them Roman noodles, what I'm saying, with him, what I'm saying, so in case he get hungry waiting in the lobby for Al Heyman. And I'm gonna need him to go in there and sign the contract for this Errol Spence Jr. fight because it's gonna be electric. It's gonna be awesome. And as you can see, Errol Spence Jr. He's ready. You know what I'm saying? He got his black shirt on. He got his shopping cart, and he's got the IBF, the WBC, and the WBA. You know what I'm saying? But Terence Crawford, he gonna hold the shit hostage. You know what I'm saying? He hates Errol Spence Jr. just that much. You know what I'm saying? He gonna do something lame as hell. And I just got a feeling he's gonna do something lame because he's just that kind of. I just got. Can't you kind of like feel it when a dude is just, what I'm saying? He's just a hater. You know what I'm saying? He'll do anything to stifle you. And I just kind of get them vibes from Bud, and you can see how the people that support him move. Now I'm not saying all Bud fans are fanatics. You got some good Bud fans who are just boxing fans like us. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put that out there. We got Bud Crawford, got some good boxing fans, just like everybody else. But it's the fanatics who want to just see Errol Spence Jr. I don't even know if they're Bud Crawford fans. I just think they're just dudes who just hate to see a nigga win, and they just want to see a nigga lose. You know what I'm saying? Because he's young, and you know what I'm saying, he's fresh. You know what I'm saying? He's fly. He's doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? He got his family. You know what I'm saying? The dude is winning. He's happy. He's got the Dallas Cowboys, you know what I'm saying, behind him. You know what I'm saying? When you see everything going right, when you're a hater and you see everything going right for a little young nigga rich, you know what I'm saying, chilling, you know what I'm saying, you like, damn, you know what I'm saying, that should be me. You know what I'm saying? It just kind of accentuate what kind of loser you are. That's just what it is. You just start feeling little. You know what I'm saying? Because this dude here, just everything just opening up for him. Yeah, just like Mozart and what was that dude name in Amadeus? He saw Mozart just, what I'm saying, playing the notes and just creating shit out his ass, and it become a hit, and he can't even make shit right. You know what I'm saying? It take him 16 months to make one hit, and he was just hating on Amadeus, and he just poisoned his whole life. You know what I'm saying? Just because the dude had more talent. That's how niggas is, bro. That's how people are. You know what I'm saying? They see you winning, and they want to bring you down. You know what I'm saying? And this young man here, Errol Spence Jr., he's doing everything right by the book. You know what I'm saying? So you can't tear down Kell Brook when he fought him, or Sean Porter when Errol Spence Jr. fought him, or Udanis Ugas when they fought them because they were all champions. You know what I'm saying? When Errol Spence Jr. fought them, they wasn't just dudes on the comeback. They weren't just dudes who had been laid off for a long time. You know what I'm saying? These dudes here, they were active, and that's the difference. And see, they know that. Bud Crawford fans know this, so they just omit it. They just ignore it, just to big up Bud Crawford. Why do you think Bud Crawford don't get the respect that he should have? Because he's fighting. He's fighting secondhand leftovers, right? If he would have fought these guys back in 2018 when he should have, he would have got all the credit he wanted. But he catching these guys with one foot out the door. You know, Errol Spence Jr. was at the right time, at the right place, with the right company, with the right people. You know what I'm saying? Al Heyman. You know what I'm saying? Could you imagine what would have happened if Bud Crawford would have went to the PBC when they first, you know what I'm saying, got going? He would have been a huge star. You know what I'm saying? He would have been a huge star. But no, he wanted to do, you know what I'm saying, his own thing. Just like he do now. You know, he's not speaking of the contracts. He's not trying to get over there with the PBC. He's not trying to get acclimated at the PBC. Nah. He's trying to act like he don't need nobody. You know what I'm saying? He's like an independent woman. You know what I'm saying? That's what he is. You know what I'm saying? I don't need PBC. I don't need PBC. PBC need me. You know what I'm saying? I am the table. I am the table. That's Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford think he is the table. You know what I'm saying? And he won a big money fight to retire. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? It's just that it's a little late in the game for him to be playing the diva. You know what I'm saying? It's a little late in the game. You know what I'm saying? This is the biggest legacy fight of all time. You know what I mean? So he need to, you know what I'm saying, get his attitude right as far as being, you know what I'm saying, a superstar fighter. You know what I'm saying? A champion. You know what I'm saying? He needs to start acting like a champion and start going towards Errol Spence Jr. instead of somewhere out in the universe fishing. That's what's missing, the energy. The energy is already up there. But imagine the energy if Terence Crawford start acting like, you know what I'm saying, Marvin Hagler towards Sugar Ray Leonard, or Sugar Ray Leonard towards Marvin Hagler. The attitude ain't there, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I know y'all, oh, Bud different. He different. Yeah, he is different. You know what I'm saying? Retarded different. You know what I'm saying? That's what he is. You know what I'm saying? He's not acting like the WBO champion. You know what I'm saying? He's acting like a hater, you know what I'm saying, who's trying to stifle this fight. And a lot of fans are getting nervous because you never know what the fool gonna do. You never know what he gonna do. He's unpredictable, and he's acting like, you know, it's whatever. It's time. The time for nonchalant is over. It's time to go forward. It's time to act like you know you're about to fight the best fight of your career, right? And that's what boxing fans want. But that's all I got. This has been Pool Counter Boxing. You know what I'm saying? Law don't go around here, law dog. You're savvy. Make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to my channel for more hardcore boxing content. I see you guys in the next one. Peace out, y'all.